Art is the founder of Black on Black Crime.
I'm glad to be here in the name of peace. But it looks like this is going to be a very costly peace to me because I had an accident and I was in the fall. So I hope I can get my thoughts together well enough to talk to you all. When Mr. Singh first called me and he said, Art, we are having this meeting on peace. I said, well, that man has a very distinguished voice. And he's talking about peace. And after over 40 years of fighting for justice and peace, anytime I hear the word peace, I got to go see what he's talking about. So I met with this fine gentleman over there at the college, and I was impressed with what he was talking about when he was talking about peace. And I felt like this man was really, really full of peace because he was talking about peace from many angles. He was talking about peace in the family, peace domestic violence-wise, peace in the hood, peace in the suburbs, stop the violence. He was really talking about peace. So I looked him in the eye and I said, wow, man, you're taking on a great challenge because you're really talking about peace. You didn't just choose one peace, you want peace. I said, you're taking on an enormous challenge. But I saw in his heart that he was up for the challenge. That's why I'm here today. And I would have loved, if the weather had permitted, to go to the Gandhi statue, walk with you all, because I truly admire the way the Indian people were able to gather their resources, gather their manpower, and erect that Gandhi statue and make you all Memorial Garden look so good. It's amazing to me. And if you all can do that in the short of time that you all did it, and it looks so wonderful, it's almost the best Memorial Garden in the whole area. If you all can do that, I know I'm teaming up with the right people for peace. Because let me tell you, this is no indictment on anybody. This is no indictment on the politicians. This is no indictment on black people. It could even be an indictment on me. The fact of the matter is, we've been trying to get a memorial garden together for 30 years, maybe 40 years. And we still ain't got it together. We will. We need to take instructions for you all on how to get a memorial water garden together. Maybe by this time next year, we'll have our memorial wall together. We'll have a statue, because the reason I'm saying that is because Mr. Singh talked about Mahatma Gandhi, the great peace man, and he talks about Dr. Martin Luther King. And when you drive down Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard, we see the great statue of Gandhi standing out for peace. But we go a little further down to the Memorial Garden, the African American Memorial Garden, and we see a few measly flowers. After 40 years! It's not an indictment, because it's as much as my responsibility as anybody else's. So we can take lessons from you all. And if we could take the lesson from you all about the Memorial Garden and the statue that we should have went to, if it hadn't been raining, then we can surely take a lesson from you all on peace. And when Mr. Singh say that he's dedicated to bringing peace to Cleveland, I believe him, because that's what he's going not going to take a black organization. It's not going to take a white organization. It's going to take all of us together to bring peace to Cleveland. That's why I'm glad to be with you all today. That's why I'm glad to join with you all. Oh, it's a great task bringing peace. But I believe that we can do it. Gandhi did it. Martin Luther King followed in his footsteps. And I followed in Dr. Martin Luther King's footsteps, because when I was in the war in Vietnam and I saw my brothers getting shot at, and when we got back to the base camp, I realized I had my little transistor radio on, and I realized I heard on the transistor radio they said Dr. Martin Luther King is back in Selma, Alabama, and they're sticking dogs on black folks, and they're being discriminated for going to the bathroom. I said, I'm over here in Vietnam fighting for my life, for my country, but when I go back home, I have to face hell. That's when I decided that I would be like Gandhi, that I would be like Dr. Martin Luther King, only a small portion of him. But when I get back home, I would fight for peace. I would fight the nonviolent way that Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King fought. So I believe that in this room is the blossoming of peace. Because it's going to take all of us, all nationalities. Thank you for inviting me, sir. I appreciate you very much. God bless you.